Today we want to take a look at relations and see if they are functions. Now, if you recall, a relation is just a set of ordered pairs. And it could look like if it's on a graph. And pretty much that's what's going to happen here for the first part of the video. Basically, here's my graph right here, and I want to find out, is this graph a function? Now, a graph is nothing more than a series of ordered points put onto a coordinate plane. And so basically, this graph represents the relation. And this might be a function, it might not, but it's definitely a relation, because these 4 points right here are xy coordinates of those points. And so it's just a set of ordered pairs. How do we do this? Well, we're going to do what's called a vertical line test. And you take your pencil or your finger and you wave it right across your paper. And your pencil should be lined right up and down with your y-axis. It should be parallel to it. If your pencil bumps into 2 dots or 2 points at the same time of the line or the points there, then it flunks the vertical line test. So this is not a function. No, that's pretty much all it is. And if you're wondering why, well, we said that a function is just a rule that defines each input as having an output. An input is your x values, and your output is your y values. Well, this input right here is at 2, and it's saying that it has 2 different outputs for the number 2, and we'll look at that in more detail next. But basically, this is all you do for a vertical line test. Here's our graph, here's the relation, and we want to find out, is it a function? Well, when I bring my pencil across this point, it's only touching that one point, so that's okay. It's only touching this point, that's okay. It's only touching that point, so that's okay. So it passed the vertical line test. Yes, this is a function. Moving on down, this is where we actually get some lines on here, and it's definitely not linear, but that's okay. Here's what's happening. You wave your pencil across it, and you're asking, is it touching any point on that line that's graphed? Um, multiple points on that line at the same time, and it's not. When it's right here, it's very distinctly, because this is a curved line, it's only touching one point of that graph line, and each point on this line is part of the relation. So it's a lot of points put together, and it's created a line there, and this passes. This is a function. It passed the vertical line test. And I think I've got one or two more. So let's see here. Yeah, last one. Now this is when you wave your pencil over and you go, well, actually, there we go. When you put it right here, you can see very clearly, let me get a highlighter out. It's touching here and here and here all the way down at just this one particular point. Because it's touching more than one point at once as I'm waving it across, it flunks. And it didn't flunk when I was back here because it only touched one point at a time. See, like this point right here, it's only touching that point right there. And that's the reason that one passed the vertical line test. So if you're looking at a graph, just take your pencil, run it over. It's an actual thing. It's called a vertical line test. You can use your finger if you don't have a pencil, and that works out. That's how you can tell if these relations are a function, yes or no. If it hits more than one dot, it's not a function. If you can go through and only hit one dot at a time, then yes, it is a function. Now, we also need to come over and take a look at these. What if they give you coordinates or XY tables? Like here's your ordered pairs, here's the coordinates. Well, here's the first question. Did any of our x's repeat? This is how you would handle this. So the first thing you do is you scan out your x's. That's a 1, a 2, and a 1. So did any of my x's repeat? Yes. If no, it's a function. Okay, well, they did repeat. So if yes, check their y's. So let's see about this. Which ones repeated? It was the ones. So check the ones that repeated. This one got me a 2, right? And this one got me a 4. Let's stop and think about how that would look if I graphed it. Here's 1, 2, and here's 1, 4. Do you see they're stacked up right on top of each other? That would flunk a vertical line test. So I would say no, This is not a function. Now, the idea is this. If none of your x's repeat, it's absolutely a function. If they do repeat, see if they get the same y. This got me a 2. Okay. Did this one get me a 2? Nope, so it's not a function. Did any of my x's repeat? Well, let's see here. 4, 3, 0. No. If there's no repeating, then yes, it's a function. It's that easy. Let's go down and take a look at this table. Did any of my x's repeat? Well, this x repeated and this x repeated. What did this x give me? It gave me 6, 5, and this gave me the same thing. And functions are supposed to be where your input always gets you the same output. So if I put the 6 in, it gave me a 5. If I put the 6 in again, it's supposed to give me a 5. If we looked at how it would look if we graphed it, here's 6 on the x-axis. Here's 5 on the y-axis. So here's 6, 5. I take this point and I graph it. And then I go graph 6, 5 again. It's going to be in the exact same spot. And that's okay because it's just one dot. And that passes a vertical line test. There's no other points that it's hitting. So yes, this is a function. And what about right here? Last one. Did any of my x's repeat? 6, 4, and 6? Well, yes, they did. Well, this 6 gave me a 5. I need to make sure that this 6 gives me a 5. Did it give me a 5? Nope. So it's not a function.